Immediately after the historic flooding that swamped Spencer, Iowa in June, organizations and nonprofits sprang into action to offer help. Now, almost 7 months later, these groups have joined forces to form the Clay County Long-Term Recovery Group, and their goal is an ambitious one: restore that community to its pre-flood condition. KTIV's Ellen Ide reports.
If you drive through Spencer, Iowa, you'll see a community that appears to have bounced back from historic flooding in June. But more than 6 months later, work continues with a long-term approach.
In any disaster, things look many times better than what they might be, especially in the situation where there's a flood or anything that deals with water. It's not covered by insurance generally, and the damage is so deep. It is down to the very fabric of the community.
The city's quick response, cleaning up debris and issuing microgrants to restore the community's curb appeal, boosted morale. But in some cases, it is hiding the extent of the flood damage.
Our streets were cleaned up, our roads were cleaned up, everything looks clean on the outside. However, when you drive down a street, you can see from the outside that maybe the house looks fine, but you might see a little moisture in the basement windows. You might notice when you look through someone's window at night that half of their walls are gone. You just can't clearly see the destruction that's still inside when you drive through our town right now.
Even today, there are still several hundred Spencer residents that could be classified as homeless due to flood-related damage.
We're trying to funnel all of our resources so people that are affected can go to one person instead of trying to figure out multiple. It's sometimes hard to know what's available until you know what's available. And so we have our long-term recovery group and we have our disaster case advocates that know these resources.
Thursday afternoon marked the first meeting of the Clay County Long-Term Recovery Group. While the group aims to streamline recovery efforts, full restoration is projected to take up to 5 years.
I think we more know what we need and we have those resources available and we're understanding those needs a little more than we did when it was kind of chaos.
In Spencer, Iowa, Ellen Ide, KTIV News 4.
The Clay County Recovery Group will connect those in need with available resources, but there are still many unmet needs within the community that they hope to take care of with funds of their own. If you'd like to contribute, you can find all the details inside the story at ktiv.com.